Hey guys, welcome back to Open It and Play. This is Mike, and today we're going to be looking at the X-Men Marvel's Vulcan from the Marvel Legends Toys series. My kind of main thing to collect recently. So this figure came out quite a while ago, and if you saw my other recent videos, you know I'm getting this guy because I'm trying to make Daredevil that is kit bashed from the parts of several figures. And I realized before I told you I had two Daredevil heads and one was a Mafex. I'm sorry, I misspoke. That was a Mezco, not a Mafex figure. So the Mezco kind of battle damaged Daredevil that looks really, he's really struggling and beat up. Part of his face is shown because his mask is ripped off, but this one is the one from the Defenders 5-pack, I believe. But this one is a pretty good face, but I'm not happy with that body, so I'm finally going to try to make a kit bash version. If you don't know, this kit bash is going to use the gloves and boots from this Captain America, Ultimate Captain America. It's going to use the shoulders, more muscular shoulders from this Corsair figure, the Starjammers character. And then we're going to use a few parts from this Scarlet Spider figure. And I may make two versions of this Daredevil if I am happy with the first one. If I make a second one, I might use these feet. That will be more like Daredevil in his kind of classic onesie costume. Okay, and for some of the other parts, we're going to be using this Vulcan figures pieces. So we're going to get Vulcan out of the package now. Vulcan is Cyclops and Havoc's brother, but he's kind of the evil brother for the Summers kids. So I already forgot, I didn't show you all sides of the box, I'm afraid. The back, hopefully you can see this okay. Back of the box is here. And the side depicting the artwork. The front we already saw. Okay, this side is matching. The top of the box looks like this. I don't think Vulcan's a very popular character, but this figure is kind of the groundbreaking one because it's the first one released using this new buck to replace the old Captain America, Bucky cap body. So when Bucky is serving as Captain America, but that buck is really old and outdated now, so this is kind of the replacement for that body build. And it's a good buck, but I didn't have the original figure that it released with, so let's take a look at him now. Get him out of the package. Okay, I got this little X-Men background, and this guy is part of the Bone Breaker wave. So Bone Breaker is the half man, half tank character. It's kind of funny, but really looks like a 80s sci-fi type character. But for this one, we're getting his torso and arms and hands, or alternate hands. So let's look at the accessories first. We'll start with that Build-A-Figure thing. Doesn't really apply to what I'm using this character for, but it is helpful to know in case you might be able to use these pieces for something. Okay, I think it goes kind of like this. So this guy comes with, Bone Breaker comes with alternate hands. These are gloved hands that are fists. And then he comes with, trigger finger hands for his regular body. And he does come with this nifty little neck piece. It's sort of like an armored collar. And he does have bare arms, which is kind of a good option for customizing. And he does have these little bracelets or gauntlets that can come off, and the bare arm just looks normal underneath. If you can see that, okay. Oops, and I lost his collar again. We're just going to leave that right now, and you can see this bone breaker guy does have a ball joint with a disc hinge, and his rotation is like this for his shoulders, up that high, bicep cut. Everything is pinned, so it's not a very modern figure, but for a Build-A-Figure, that's pretty common. Okay, so no butterfly joints, and he does have an ab crunch, and then obviously this is going to be his waist joint, so he'll twist at the waist. But and I think we can get this off if we heat it up, but don't know how useful that thing is, but you might be able to use it for some kind of kit bashing. Okay, and Bone Breaker, get out of here. Let's take a look at Vulcan, main focus of this video. So Vulcan comes with these alternate hands. They look a little bit large, but they're supposed to be gloved hands, and they're a very dark, deep blue. And the main figure himself looks like this. So he has pretty plain looking aesthetic, but dark blue and this red, and we're gonna hopefully match his reds to these reds, which I think they do match pretty well. They're not perfect, but they are very close, and they're more than close enough for Marvel Legends standards. So this part is the darker blue, and he does come with fists for his default hands, and his eyes are a bit spooky. This could look good for Exodus for the face sculpt, but obviously the hair is very different than Exodus, another X-Men villain. Okay, and we do have this kind of cheapy marble metallic plastic instead of paint. You got it for the belt also. It doesn't look the worst, but it doesn't look great also. Okay, let's take a look at his posability. He has a disc hinge with a ball joint for his neck, and he has a little bit of attitude. He can look up all the way, down a long ways, though it does look rather unnatural. It's kind of got a floating head. It looks okay from the front, but it looks a bit awkward from the side. So, sorry, he's kind of too close. All right, and then he is on that new buck, the Vulcan buck, his namesake. So we're going to take a look at his butterfly joints. They are pretty limited. They're not terrible, but they are kind of limited, so it will affect his posability a bit, but not in a very significant way, I'm afraid. Okay, and then his arms will go up to here. I think this thing is slightly out of focus. Whoa, I'm sorry. Thing is slightly out of focus, so we're going to refocus it. I'm sorry. And he's got a bicep cut. He's got double jointed pinless elbows that will get you that far. His wrists do the usual hinge and twist, swivel, pivot. What's the best word? Swivel, maybe. Okay, and then he has an ab crunch that will get you back like that, forward like that. He's got a waist cut that is hidden by his belt. His legs will kick up to that far, which is pretty decent. And he's got a thigh cut double jointed pinless knees. They look awfully square, but they are functional. Kick back quite a ways. So, okay. And he does have a boot cut. That's nice. And his ankles will go back that far forward, just a little bit. It's not just a little bit. It's pretty decent, I guess. But it seemed like it could go further. Okay, and then he has the ankle pivot. Yeah, so this character doesn't mean much to me. This figure is just going to be fodder for this Daredevil. So let me know what you guys think. Have you read any comics with Vulcan? Is he a cool character? I sort of passed judgment on him without giving him a fair chance, but I always thought the Summers family had an interesting story, but didn't imagine there was going to be another Summers brother that is an evil one. Oh, I wish this would focus on him better. There we go. Okay, that's it for this review. Thank you guys for joining me. See you in the next video.